You studied hard like everyone told you to. You followed the rules, aced your exams, and built a resume that looked perfect on paper. You invested years, perhaps even decades, into acquiring knowledge and skills, believing this was the blueprint for a successful life. You were told that dedication, discipline, and diligence would inevitably lead to reward. So why does it still feel like it's not enough? Why, despite all your efforts, do you sometimes wake up with a nagging sense of unfulfillment? A feeling that something crucial is missing? This isn't about a lack of effort. It's about a fundamental disconnect. You followed the path. The well-trodden, clearly marked path laid out by generations before you. You did what was expected, went to the right schools, pursued recommended degrees, perhaps even landed the dream job. You stayed disciplined, sacrificing immediate gratification for long-term goals, always striving for excellence within the established framework. You tried to do things the right way, adhering to every guideline, every best practice, every piece of advice from mentors and institutions. And yet, something doesn't feel right. There's a persistent unease, a sense that the promised land isn't what it seemed, or that the map you're using is outdated. Think about it. You went to school, perhaps even a prestigious university. You focused intently on your studies, absorbing information, mastering complex subjects, and diligently completing every assignment. You put in the effort, pulling all-nighters, pushing through challenges, and consistently aiming for top grades. Maybe you even got the results you were supposed to get: a degree, a high-paying job, a stable career. You checked all the boxes. But now, you look around and see people who seem to be operating on a different plane. You see individuals moving faster, achieving significant milestones in what seems like a fraction of the time it took you. You observe others doing less conventional work, but getting more recognition, more influence, more financial freedom. You witness people getting opportunities you don't, seemingly out of nowhere, or through unconventional channels you never considered. And it doesn't make sense. It contradicts everything you were taught about hard work, merit, and linear progression. It feels like the rules of the game have changed, but no one sent you the memo. For instance, you might see a peer with a less traditional background launch a successful online business in a year, while you're still climbing the corporate ladder, one slow rung at a time. Or you might notice someone with a strong personal brand, attracting collaborations and clients effortlessly, while your meticulously crafted professional network yields slower results. This disconnect isn't a flaw in your character or your intelligence. It's because the system you were trained in is not the system you're living in now. The educational system, for all its merits, was largely designed for an industrial age, a world of predictable careers and hierarchical structures. School rewards, following instructions. You excelled by understanding and executing tasks exactly as prescribed by your teachers. Deviation was often penalized. Memorizing information. Success was often measured by your ability to recall facts, formulas, and historical dates. The more you could retain, the better you performed. Completing tasks, finishing assignments, projects, and exams on time and to specification was paramount. The emphasis was on execution within defined parameters. But real life, especially in the modern, interconnected, rapidly evolving world, rewards a different set of attributes. Visibility. It's not just about being good. It's about being seen. Building a personal brand, networking effectively, and sharing your insights publicly are crucial. Think of the expert who publishes articles, speaks at conferences, or maintains an active social media presence. They gain opportunities far beyond their immediate circle. Decision-making. In the real world, there's no answer key. You're constantly faced with ambiguous situations requiring independent judgment, risk assessment, and the courage to choose a path without perfect information. For example, an entrepreneur must make critical decisions daily, without a teacher to grade their choices. Communication. Beyond simply conveying information, real-life communication involves persuasion, negotiation, storytelling, and building rapport. It's about influencing others, articulating complex ideas clearly, and fostering collaboration. A brilliant idea remains just an idea if it cannot be effectively communicated to stakeholders. Timing. Recognizing and seizing opportunities at the right moment, understanding market trends, and adapting quickly to change are invaluable. Being early or late can mean the difference between success and failure, regardless of how much effort you put in. Consider a startup that launches a product just as a new technology emerges, perfectly aligning with market demand. This isn't to say you failed. You didn't fall behind. In fact, you were incredibly successful within the parameters you were given. The truth is, you were prepared for a different game. You mastered the rules of a structured, predictable environment, but the playing field has shifted dramatically. It's like training rigorously for a marathon, only to find out the competition is now a triathlon. Your skills are valuable, but they need to be recontextualized and augmented. As Albert Einstein profoundly said, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. This isn't a dismissal of formal education, but a powerful reminder that true learning transcends rote memorization and prescribed curricula. It's about the development of critical thinking, adaptability, and an intrinsic curiosity that persists long after the textbooks are closed and the exams are over. It's the ability to learn how to learn and to apply that learning in novel situations. In school, everything's structured. From the syllabus to the grading rubric, there's a clear path. You know what's expected, when it's due, and how your performance will be evaluated. Do the work gives get the result. It's a linear cause and effect system where effort almost always correlates directly with outcome. If you study for 10 hours, you expect a better grade than if you study for 2 hours. If you complete all the assignments, you pass the class. But in real life, there's no fixed system. There's no syllabus for your career, no clear rubric for personal growth, and certainly no guaranteed reward for simply doing the work. You can put in immense effort, but if it's misdirected, or if the market shifts, or if you lack visibility, the expected result might not materialize. There are no clear rules that apply universally, and the goalposts are constantly moving. For example, a brilliant engineer might build an incredible product, but if they don't understand marketing or sales, their innovation might never reach its potential. Or a dedicated employee might work tirelessly for years, only to find their industry disrupted by new technology, requiring them to completely reskill. So what worked before? The diligent adherence to instructions, the focus on task completion, the reliance on external validation stops working the same way. The strategies that guaranteed success in academia can become roadblocks in the dynamic, often chaotic, landscape of the real world. That's why you might feel like you're doing everything right but getting nowhere. You're applying the same rigorous methods that brought you academic success, but the real-world outcomes are frustratingly elusive. You're working hard, but the needle isn't moving. Like you're missing something. You see others thriving with seemingly less effort or through unconventional means, and you wonder what secret ingredient they possess that you don't. It feels like there's an unspoken code you haven't cracked. Like everyone else figured something out that you didn't. This can lead to self-doubt, imposter syndrome, and a sense of isolation, making you question your own capabilities despite a history of achievement. It's not because you're not capable. You are. You've proven your capacity for learning, discipline, and hard work. But it is because you're using the wrong framework. You're trying to solve a complex, adaptive problem with a rigid, linear solution. The harder you try, the more confusing it becomes. The more you double down on the old strategies, the deeper you sink into frustration, because the effort isn't yielding the expected return. because you respond the only way you know how, the way you were conditioned to respond to challenges. Work harder. If the results aren't coming, the natural inclination is to simply put in more hours, more energy, more grind. Be more disciplined. You tighten your schedule, cut out distractions, and push yourself even further, believing that sheer willpower will overcome the obstacle. Follow the process. You meticulously review the established steps, ensuring you haven't missed anything, convinced that the solution lies in perfect execution of a known method. But the problem isn't effort. You have plenty of that. It's direction. It's about understanding that sometimes working harder in the wrong direction only gets you to the wrong destination faster. It's like trying to dig a hole to the moon. No matter how hard you dig, you're not going to get there. You're applying school rules designed for a closed system with clear objectives and predictable outcomes, to a system that doesn't reward them the same way. In school, the goal was often to find the single correct answer. In life, there are often multiple right answers or no clear answer at all. Only a series of evolving challenges. You're trying to ace a pop quiz when life is an open book, collaborative, ever-changing group project with no fixed deadline. The shift is not rejecting what you've learned. Your foundational knowledge and discipline are invaluable. It's recognizing the difference between the two systems and adapting your approach. It's about understanding when to apply the old rules and when to invent new ones. You need to start thinking, not just following. Instead of passively absorbing information or executing instructions, engage in critical analysis, question assumptions, and develop your own unique perspectives. For example, instead of just following a marketing plan, analyze its effectiveness, identify potential improvements, and propose innovative strategies. Deciding, not just completing. Take ownership of outcomes. Embrace the responsibility of making choices, even imperfect ones, and learning from their consequences. This means moving beyond simply finishing tasks to actively shaping the direction of projects and initiatives. A team leader doesn't just complete their tasks. They make decisions that guide the entire team. Communicating, not just performing. Go beyond simply doing your job well. Actively articulate your value, build relationships, negotiate effectively, and tell compelling stories about your work and its impact. This involves proactive outreach, seeking feedback, and building a network of support and collaboration. An artist doesn't just create, they communicate the meaning and inspiration behind their work to connect with an audience. Success is not doing everything right according to an outdated playbook. It's not about checking every box on a predefined list. Success is understanding what actually matters. In the environment you're in right now, it's about identifying the true levers of influence, the real drivers of value, and the most impactful actions within your current context. This requires constant observation, learning, and a willingness to pivot. It means prioritizing impact over effort and strategic thinking over blind execution. If you don't adjust, if you continue to operate solely within the framework of the past, you'll keep doing the right things in the wrong system. You'll continue to feel frustrated, undervalued, and stuck, not because you lack ability, but because you're playing a different game with the wrong rulebook. The power to change this lies in recognizing the shift and consciously adapting your approach to the new reality. Subscribe to Daily Reset Lab for more perspective like this.